Today, we want to learn a table some of the restrictions will be there on COVID-19 in spread one as alone, where the president don't pull come out, so that people can able go around back like the way they be used for, even though then they observe say COVID-19 still in a salon. But before that, make we give the status update for today, the 23rd of June 2020. Now so the numbers they look like. 92 tests was conducted. 92. Yes, you will find out say that number they don't. But however, na 92 tests na then conduct. And out of that 92 day, 7 turn out for be COVID-19 positive. 7 COVID-19 positive. If we want for breaking down into districts, I saw the number they look like. Kono 4, Kenema 1, Western Area Urban 2. Kono 4, Kenema 1, Western Area Urban 2. So for the lead today, na Kono 90 kam. 7 cases. And na so the other number they look like. Cumulative confirmed positive cases don't reach now to 1,347. 1,347. Total number of deaths, 55. For the past 24 hours, we not get anybody where we lost to COVID-19. The one them where they na isolation center, now 439. 439 in an isolation center where they respond to treatment. Cumulative recoveries don't reach now 853. 853. But for the past 24 hours, 65 people don't beat COVID-19 na salon. 65 people beat COVID-19 na salon. The one that were in quarantine, 1,395. The one that were on discharge from quarantine, na 6,727. From where they begin conduct test na salon to date, 10,298 tests don't be conducted. 10,298 tests don't be conducted. That's what the number they look like. Since I did on this number, today, you don't say where the Minister of Health and Sanitation not talk to we about COVID-19. Today, himself be there, another press engagement with President Bill be get with the journalist them. Nakovac, na this thing say they don't conduct 10,298 tests. However, the Minister of Health and Sanitation say they don't conduct over 20,000 tests. For more than begin conduct tests. So I don't know which one way we will run with now. Monacovac tell we say up to date when at today, na 10,298. However, I remember the other time, Nakovac be the tell we say, yes, you know that test way they can do for prove if people them don't beat COVID-19. The other time, I asked them for Guy, then Guy one time, then Guy two time, then not Guy again. So, people know I make champion over Nakovac meeting. So, myself, I know they ask again. But now when ask, they are not giving it anymore. But maybe you answer that the bag would reach 10,000. So maybe I make the Minister of Health and Sanitation say 20,000. We go fair not tomorrow. Because definitely that question will come up from AAA if other person ask him. We want to talk about the restrictions will be there on people but the president today say he don't ease the restrictions. Make we just go through quick some of the points where the president be able for make we know today. So as usual, he be here for tell Ado. Maybe say he be elect for begin this particular press briefing with a minute of silence in memory of the young and beautiful lives where they not allow for blossom. Say they talk on behalf of Khadija, the late young Pekin we lost in life. And I think so we all be there yesterday, and we know how we'll be deal with that. And with all the other one them we lost in life. He said made in soul, and also the soul of the faithful departed made them rest in perfect peace. It's not waiting the president give on how they give it so. Okay? He said make you permit him for making digress briefly from the purpose we make in call la press engagement day today. For making express both in outrage and total condemnation of continued incident of rape, sexual and gender-based violence in the country. He said the way and manner where people and they cause this sexual violence is not good for watch. And nothing when a criminal and he get total objection to them. He said as a government, he stand with the survivors them, the victim them, and the loved one them. And in government will, this is not the word we use, vigorously prosecute cases and bring all perpetrators to justice. He saying government committed for provide support for survivors, and the First Lady and himself when a president bill, and in government they urge all Sierra Leonean them for join for raise awareness. Not for raise awareness, no more for advocate, and also stand up for get rid of this kind of nonsense menace within the country. He saying government committed to equal protection and justice. And not today no more itapo also include development and equal access to opportunity for every Sierra Leonean, especially women them, where now then constitute 51% of we population na Salone. Now we come to COVID-19. He said with the support of the international and development partners them, not to the normal with traditional and also religious leaders, not to the normal with also civil society and also the Sierra Leone Association of Journalists and various community stakeholders them. He said with COVID-19 preparedness and also the response where they don't take, then be robust. He say they not experience any kind thing, any kind of infection and death where other countries themselves they experience. He say they owe debts and thank you hearts, gratitude to the health workers them, NACOVAC and also COVID-19 staff and the security forces and the district and other administrators them, not to the number with the staff who we don't work relentlessly to every Sierra Leonean. We don't comply and also the healthcare protocols them, not to the number with public safety directives and also communicated awareness of the virus. You say, one for tell we all thank you, boku one. I think say I network the inside, you don't think so? You see, as a government, they want to acknowledge that them for don't better anticipate and handle the outset. You say, but oh yeah, some lapses then be there in the restriction on movement. And not today no more inside the care and also the way how they be handle the quarantine administration. You're waiting the presidency, not to so. Not to end no more inside the lapses the way the government they acknowledge. They say also delayed payment and procurement. He said the 117 calls and slow district operations where they set up. He say they don't largely resolve most of the entire window outlines too. And then go continue for work harder to minimize gaps and lapses. He say they don't get high recovery and discharge rate, lower infection rate. Listen back, we don't get high recovery and discharge rate, lower infection rate, and proportionally lower death rate. 3 months on, they fed with COVID-19 na salon. You say you want to know what to do? He said this now because we get a lot of things them right over the 3 months here where COVID-19 the battle with we na salon. He said them they anticipate and also then timely response we then do in contact tracing and surveillance. Well considered economic response. I hope so they listen. Or if you not be doing your today something, I be English president be the read and I make out and up and make we understand fine. Even though some of the word them, now the English way back will get for hand over you know, eh? He say, make I tell you back what he make, begin that sentence there. He say we don't get high recovery and discharge rates. Then lower infection rate and proportionally lower death rate. 3 months where this thing done in a salon. He say you want to know what to do? He say this now because they get beaucoup thing them correct. Then be they anticipate and also the timely response will then be give towards COVID-19. Then contact tracing and then surveillance. Well considered economic response, social safety support and other measures them. Where then be praised the well supported and multilateral and development partners will come and join them for fight against COVID 3 months on. He say now, then get lab them, we get the capacity and also more specimen collectors them. And are the one the way they go around for go collect the thing and for make then lab here go able for process them. More care beds, better IPC protocols and equipment them, enhance and purposeful use of digitalization and technology to support the response, more social and mental health support. Don't, not today no more, then don't decentralize response network and then increase public messaging. NACOVAC don't develop and update national strategic response plan. We then go take into account the current needs and situation. They say then go announce the detail soon. This now waiting President Bio talk today. Overall, all the entire way don't talk. He say now then get more nimble and confident that among all the challenge there, then go continue for manage the crisis better one. You see, if we look at other countries them, not to know about the normal, even worldwide, and also if we pay attention to World Health Organization, they acknowledge say COVID-19 go there with we at the world for probably the next 1 year. Say the experts them defend effective vaccine. They say it will remain a highly infectious disease not so no more, and also deadly. So he, as president, therefore, they strongly encourage the continued compliance. Make people listen to it in the word body people, then they say, with all the measures them, we go help for make them suppress the spread of the virus alone. He saying they urge every citizen for strictly comply with what in the well body people they say about the public safety protocols. They waiting the public safety protocols from hand washing, for use of face mask, for social distance, for travel restrictions, and all other restrictions them on public gatherings in public places. He say as a person only go protect himself, and yourself as a person, yourself need for protect yourself and your loved ones them from this virus by way and manner where you go choose for comply with all the directives where the well-body people they don't give. He said then they encourage, say survey they indicate, say more Sierra Leone and them, they're aware of this coronavirus and know waiting for do for prevent them and also for treat the virus. But oh yeah, there is alarming apathy and refusal for comply with them protocols there. Say Salone people they know, but they not agree for comply. He says Salone people and they either refuse for do or for even wear the face mask properly, they know they do them. For practice social distancing, no, they know they do them. He said this attitude, now irresponsible attitude, and a dangerous for all the citizens that we did at Salone. We continue for the leave that Salone, but then they deny waiting the well body people they tell them. He said, make you remember, now only you and your action go help for protect you safe against coronavirus na Salone. In all the decision them where they don't take during this crisis, they aim for save lives, but also then get work for sustain livelihood. I think that the main topic for the president waiting is say. He's saying all the decisions where they don't take during this crisis, they aim now for save lives, but not to for save lives no more, but also for work for sustain the people livelihood. Not today no more, for support the most vulnerable and keep the key economic and human capital development sector them healthy. For make them team up. Tranga one. He said in consideration, don't be driven by real-time data. And they talk about this data, I just know. Now they no more get them. We wish they can make available LSFC this real-time data where they talk about. He said then continue for monitor closely waiting again the data and attentive to the advice from the Sierra Leonean them and also the global scientific community. And now in that particular way, where he said then they monitor this data closely, India therefore announced the following adjustments. We go ease the constraints while you not for compromise the fight against coronavirus. It's effective immediately. The coffee order, then they adjust the time. We now been from 9 to 6. Now it don't go from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. He say the Sierra Leone Civil Aviation Authority also don't get extensive consultation with stakeholders them, and also themselves don't consider for developing the aviation sector around Africa and not Africa no more, the world at large. Country them go open the airspace, then go walk alongside that part there. He said they go soon install technology na Lunge Airport. We go help for monitor, test, trace all the traveler them. I read that part again. Then go soon install technology na Lunge Airport. We go help for waiting 1, monitor, 2, test, and 3, trace all travelers. Once all the measures they are done put in place, commercial flights go resume in the very short run. Okay? He say he also don't initiate engagement with college heads them. And not the college heads them, na Mano River Union countries them, with a view for discuss and adopt and get one way for approach the common measures on the reopening and monitoring of the common land borders them. What's the one that they don't finalize? Then discussion they don't finalize, then go open all land border crossing points. There everybody airport. Now there about the land border crossing points. He said the inter-district lockdown continue for be important suppression measure. However, it don't present some constraint for Salone people them with the following specific condition in the announced a lifting of the ban on inter-district travel starting on Wednesday the 24th of June 2020. He said he don't instruct the NACOVAC interim coordinator and also in team for make them develop and also announce enforceable infection prevention protocols. The one at the face mask, they're not able to enforce. What's in the one out again? Let me listen, let me continue. What's in the president they say? Make I read that part back. In don't instruct the NACOVAC interim coordinator and in team for develop and announce waiting enforceable infection prevention control protocols, especially the mandatory and proper wearing of face masks and other healthcare protocols. Only traveler who comply na go able for travel inside motorcar transportation. This go be strictly enforced by the security forces. We will closely assess the rating again, the data, and announce further measures if necessary. So the one when I inside freedom, we know able to, but now they say by force. If you know where your face mask proper, you know go travel. You think say that one day go work? Well, at least inside the president in statement, the law continue. The Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary School, in consultation with stakeholders, they don't develop comprehensive health and safety guidelines for other them, for teachers them, for pupils them, and then communities, for the sole purpose of providing a safe environment for we students them. We go take the public examination at waiting at all levels. He said then guideline here go be consistent with best practice around the sub-region and the world. Remember, the presidency, all they ask the company, Mano River country them, how then they do things, and so then go they do a Salone. He said then go monitor the data and determine the scale up for the action way go be necessary. All right. He said, while then there is the restrictions here, government go expand waiting, testing, contact tracing, and surveillance to unprecedented level. That level we not even they think about. Yeah. While then there is the restriction here, government expand waiting, testing, contact tracing, and surveillance to the kind level we know they think about. For say that they can't test all man as alone now. For say able to just walk out, go to any hospital, you say you come for COVID-19 test. Because if this statement, I want to look at me away, and so I feel will make a continue. The government go monitor the data, yeah, and take all further necessary action. While there may be a temporary surge, remember, you say, well, they don't ease this restriction, so there may be he go turn like for say, he get for turn like for say, then numbers them, he get for go up. As such in numbers, this aggressive action go help we for isolate and deal with the pocket one them na the community infection and the way how you want to transmit in the community. So the key takeaway from this engagement today, then they ease the restriction, then they reopen the economy and the livelihood of people na Salone. And they urge all citizens for waiting for comply with all healthcare and public safety directives. The NACOVA coordinator and security force go strictly waiting enforce all measures deemed necessary to flatten the curve. Waiting the president say, I thank you all. Who tell you thank yourself, Papa President? You talk, sir. Me, the side way, I think say, we get for opioid. Now, where the president say, they get for can enforce. Say, inter-district lockdown, and they pull a move, but you, when I wear face mask, proper one, the face mask. Yeah. You know, go travel. However, we see Usai, the commercial drivers, the motor drivers union, they all come, they say, Uda no way I no go enter transport. It work? No, it no work. We see Usai, the Ministry of Health and Sanitation with NACOVAC. They say then they put police and soldier de nado. Uda comot nado. Triple ask say Uda comot nado we no wear ram. What think go be the consequence? They say then they advise people for wear. Now enforcement and advice are they the same? We left that one day. Now the president don't say enforcement they come. We want the enforcement too. We want people for a reward. We want them. But oh yeah, how possible can they be? I don't make you understand what in the president talk today. I hope so you get proper understanding, not so. Make a count to Smantoli. Making can break and down for we more. Make we get more understanding past what in AAA don't do. Yes, Osmantoli, you get the platform, sir.
Okay, I will start by thanking the President, His Excellency Julius Maada Bio, for a fifth address to the nation since the outbreak of the COVID-19 in Salone. And one key observation we have seen here, this in speech is a little bit improved. Because if you consider this speech to the speech where he make, where they will massacre the prisoners them, na the Pandemba Road Correctional Center, where even for observed prayers and express condolence in Odwan. But this time around, one good thing about this speech is start by observing a minute of silence. And you not only stop there, you go back to the extent for condemn all the perpetrators then of this violence against women them and picking them. So that's how they again kudos. Well, you not only stop pay back, you go back, you thank all the various sectors of the economy. I mean the stakeholders then, including the medical staff them, we help for fight the COVID-19. We talk about the people that we comply with the measures them we then put in place. So it took a wide range, thank a wide range of the sector. So that one day na plus na your own side. He talk about the good things them as well, we do not achieve. What are the good things them? The success system we then get. But also it quick for talk about the lapses. And to be honest with you, na some of the lab system where we don't dey talk about na this program. In as much as we don't dey talk, say, the government, it take proactive measures. We also be condemn some of the things them where we observe. And I will tell you some of them things here. You remember, we don't dey talk about the quarantine measures that we didn't take. They get some lab system. And you talk about that. You talk about the care system that they quarantine home here. Yeah? You talk about the delay in payment of some of the medical staff then. We talk about all NTR. We don't discuss about NTR. So it just been the, puts out to we some of the things that we already discussed. He acknowledge that. And for that reason, because he understand, say there are serious lapses in the system. So for me, I think, say, I will give him kudos. Because don't forget, the only way where you will able to improve, now where you understand your mistakes and you accept your mistakes. So in that respect, Naimeka say I give him kudos. Yeah? The only thing where I worry about this entire speech, yeah? I mean, when they come up with their information, yeah, talk a lot about the achievement, them. Come up with something where you go actually convince the people, them. Just like you put AAA. You forget evidence, yeah? Where I feel say you go able to convince the people, them. Short as data, yeah? It talks say data indicates say a good number of the people in a salon, yeah, a good number of the people in a salon don't not aware of what them go do during this COVID-19. And in fact, now one of the reasons then this where it give out, yeah, for lift restrictions. Just like I put them, if I been fine if you come out with a percentage. Because he said and carry out a study where indicates, say, people then they are aware of what them for do during this period of COVID-19. So as a result, they will lift restrictions, which is fine. But at least if we don't give me a percentage, we'll come out with this blank statement without giving us a percentage of how many people where we don't survey and what are the percentage of the people when we are not say aware of what they go on. Give me a little bit small information about that statistics there. Yeah? And I not say, some of them here we don't really talk on. The government, we not say we praise them on the economic consideration. What do you mean yeah? A lot of people they call say, let them call for 7 days lockdown, let them call for 14 days lockdown, let them do lockdown 21 days and all that. But the government was very considerate not to for jump into giving people a 2 weeks lockdown. So far, up to this transition period, we only observed 2-3 days lockdown. Two lockdowns. So that's how I would say, na kudos to them. But again, if you look at the figures, the statistics, where they talk about, although yes, to some extent, we go agree with them. Yeah? But the best way for analyze some of this information, now for make a benchmark comparison. Yeah? In terms of death rate, don't look at them. I don't say some people then go argue, say the disease not on it. So for come up with a comparison, a conflicting. But however, when you compare the death rate of Sierra Leone to other countries then, I mean, Mano River Union members then, the final say with death rate is considerably high. So to that, I feel say I express concern over that in statistics. One of the things, again, where I will commend about in speech is this. I therefore be honest with you now, considering the economic situation of the country, I think, say, indeed, it makes sense for begin these restrictions then. And I will give you the reasons why. One of these reasons we've been only talk about already in this forum. This now agricultural season. And a lot of people already been only raise concern on this inter-district lockdown. People then they constrain and they get so much difficulties for move from them product them from one district to the other. Consequently, affecting the agricultural sector. So a scenario which we can't lift any restrictions, yeah, it will make a lot of difference. And we see how citizens then, how the police then only exploit citizens then through their inter-district lockdown here. So a temporary restriction, a lifting of these restrictions, while they monitor the situation, to me, I think an plus. Okay, moving on. He said NACOVAC don't develop a strategy in case of any future serious outbreaks. What is this strategy? The public know for no? Or then go tell me at some point?
They say they will tell you at some point.
Very good, because the reason why I emphasize on that NACOVAC strategy is this. The point is, we never want a situation again we say, we therefore go back to square one. Now, therefore, come up because the more people are informed, the more people then will likely take precautions then. I believe, say, let NACOVAC come, not in that closed setting, let them come out publicly and explain some of the measures and strategies then where they don't come up with for any serious future outbreak. Yeah? And the other thing again also where I feel say, I also agree with is about what in WHO talk about the disease. To be honest with you, this is a global phenomenon. And the way how everybody they look at is this. This disease, even if one country become completely free from COVID-19, no means say that country they don't become completely or don't dominate the fight against the COVID-19. I will give you examples like New Zealand. Yeah? For some time, and they go on for some times. Jubilate say they don't win COVID-19. But with this global world, the world is a global village. Yeah? You don't get rid of them for some time. After a while, you will come back. So the fight against COVID-19, not a thing where you feel say if you don't get rid of them one time, you don't run your country. Yeah? Other countries and they way for example, China, it only go back slowly. So for me, it makes sense. No can continue, for deprived economy. Don't forget, the longer this thing take and the longer the restrictions, the more damage it will cause to our economy. Yeah? So unlocking the economy, for where we get an increase in economic activity, go ahead to a very large extent. And adhering to WHO advice that this sick, it will deal with me for quite some time. I think to me, lifting restrictions, they make a lot of sense. And then one important observation also what I get by the president's speech is about the testing. It makes sense when they lift the restrictions, yeah, for let them increase the testing capacity. It makes a lot of sense. But it first for give we, at least let for give we a rough number. Say we go able to increase testing at this level. But it's a massive level. What is that? How will we measure that massive level? Yeah, lifting the restrictions should be followed by massive testing. That's no doubt about it. We don't see them. It don't happen in other countries. And that's the only way we're able to minimize the impact of the disease. But lifting restrictions without massive testing, I don't say we get a testing capacity restraint, but it's important for all we do that. Then finally, before I pass the baton to other person, is this. The point is, lifting these restrictions also, they get some impact on the people. Some people, as soon as they begin lift restrictions, then they stop. What they remember, they say the sick don't go. And begin behave carelessly. Then begin behave recklessly. Yeah? Even when the sick not do it, we will see how people behave. One thing what people get for remember, this is not just a transition period. Perhaps, for sure say, we don't learn. Because now this will be on the talk. Most of the countries then, the actions we then take is because the sick take we unawares. So therefore, the best way possible, they get for lockdown the country, whilst they observe measures that we then will take, we then will open up. So let we people that know say the sick not on it. But we not go left the country lock, while other countries then they unlock the countries then. Then they unlock the economy. So one important thing when let people take away, this is not advice for people in a salon, is this. COVID-19, the lockdown the way they do for COVID-19, for law we help for adjust with behavior. Law we learn what we for do in this new normal. So that when they open up the economy, if we not say, the disease still there. Now this will do. As long as you observe them protocol, yeah, I think say we don't will get too much problem. But we see people and they become reckless. Yeah, that is serious cause for concern. And then finally, before I left on, the opening up of the airport is good because don't forget, tourism, the taxes that the government they get from that. It's no, there again. So the measure we then said and they take, we look forward to that measure there. But the open up the airport, a good one. But they want to put measures in place na the airport. Make sure when you arrive, waiting, then for do, when for observe the safety protocols then. And I'm sure it won't be long. I think they just want to put a manual in place and put all the necessary steps then where we arrive at the airport, where we therefore observe, whilst then they do then checking and other things then. I say those, the government to some extent, and do well, but at the same time, you get some areas then where we feel say, therefore don't talk about. And then the religious business in terms of opening the churches and the mosques. I don't know why you don't mention about that. Because we normally don't observe, say, you even get a meeting with the Interreligious Council. So one of the areas that we may expect, say, it will talk about how to open up the churches and the mosques. But again, not talk about that. I don't know whether if I forget, because one of the things that the first will be expected for talk about. Because I think whether we don't begin talk about even before this speech will come in. But maybe now forget. Because somebody asked that question there as well. And the way I answer the question, it just play around the question. But I'm sure there are measures in place. And I'm sure very soon they will come up with an announcement for lift that restriction day. Thank you very much, AAA. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Usman.
Thank you.
Make we count Aisatu. Make we waiting in get for it today. Yes, Aisatu. You get a platform.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Happy Tuesday. And we want to say thank you to the president for his speech today. And really, I want to agree with Usman Toli on many different accounts here in terms of how the president presents within the go on of the country and why we consider opening the economy, given the fact that we're not being able to close we borders them or for do a 14-day lockdown. We did 3 days twice. We see how down they go, and curfews then on they in place. We see how down the back they go. We know say, inter-district lockdown then they in place. We see how down they go. We know still stay, continuously keeping people on a curfew and not doing, thinking about the economy at the same time. At this point, I feel say as other countries then they open up, we countries they try to consider that. But, with that, we just get for ensure say, the measures them we then don't put in place that every Sierra Leonean will adhere to this. And at the same time, the different stakeholders them will try for do their own part by making sure they get signs them these 6 feet any side where you go, let them put them thing in place and let them adhere to that, And if we do that and we wear the face mask, do the social distance, which are not saying a tough one, Salon, because the country, as we know, many people they live within, a very small space, the number of family members, the way they sleep now one, room, it's a lot. But now we want for really, say when somebody don't do mistake, because some of the mistakes then the president did highlight, say this not be mistake on their part, they're going to try to fix these things, with the hope, say, as he mentioned then today, that, then thing they also will be resolved, then thing they also, it will hold everybody accountable for what thing they do, for ensure, say, then they do their job. And the one that will not do their job, it's about time for let go of so many of them. Because if you really now then they can't open the country up, open the borders them, where then you do that and you therefore be at your best ever where it comes to, enforcing things that, when it comes to COVID-19. Yes, COVID-19 therefore live with we. This, even though the virus therefore go down and, they go get medication for them, then go get vaccine for them, it's just going to be another human coronavirus. Just that this not be a different one. We get multiple human coronaviruses that has happened in our lifetime. Just that they need to surface themselves, as this one they do right now. And the fact that this coronavirus, COVID-19, decide for put the entire world into a standstill tells us that, we therefore take measures then very strictly and very, how do I put this? We therefore adhere to every measure where the government don't put in place. Yeah, they were proactive, but they lacked, they lacked certain things in between, and now make we number them go up. But also, don't not forget, I think we number that if they don't begin to fall into single digits, with the hope say that trend continues, because in a double digit is very scary, right? Because really, if you don't bring some data, as you do a study, like Usman Toli say, you do a study, you give us some numbers to say, you know what, we've done this, and these were the findings, and these are the comparison. So when you don't compare, you people don't be able to understand that, yes, it makes sense. But right now, if that findings or that data information is there, but we don't know about it, it makes so many people then the question, why are we opening so quickly, right? So we not feel so within a plateau. We not feel so we don't in a single digit for 2 weeks, in a row. If that has happened, then I not feel safe. People then go object. Well, I know say many people going to object to this, but, we therefore think about it very carefully, because it's not going to change much if we continue for the way how we gone through day with the lockdown, because we really listen. Really, the president is right. He will protect himself, but we, the citizens, them now we for protect we self, because you cannot constantly, say do this to you're telling somebody do this. They're not listening. They just keep doing what they feel like doing, and that's not how life goes. Sometimes you have to follow rules and regulations in order for things to get better, and that are not still Sierra Leoneans and they do, and we really need to do that. But my recommendations here, where the airport open, let them make sure then get them glass door between the passenger and the custom officers them, and then that 6 feet, sign then they all over the place, and also then get people then where they disinfect, the areas them where person get for touch and get for clean that, and also now look at an example. Emirates, they not say this COVID-19 therefore stay. They make a commercial for sure. Say the flight them they give, people them, packages then how for where if you not bring mask, then they give you mask, then they give you hand sanitizer, then they give you a lot of things. So these are some of the things themselves for put in place and tell the flight people them. Say, I need for make sure, say, anybody when they on board, then get mask, then they can't on the plane without a mask, them for put them laws in place so that people when they come into the country, then will really adhere for no say, yes, this country, they're really serious for opening the country up. The only thing though, is they don't decide for do this, let them go and buy stages. Let them not open every place at once. Let them just try 1 week and open certain areas, then we lock right now, and then the following week then do the other one. If they do that, it will really help the country in how we go for combat COVID-19. The truth is, COVID-19, the task force, then fail we. So then don't fail we now. So we just get for hope for the best. And in terms of him acknowledging Khadija in debt, he mentioned something, say they don't put things in place. Yes, like we said yesterday, the stakeholders have to be involved. But at the same time, people then therefore take, this rape case, child abuse, or violence against women very seriously, and not say this not to one person set. Just like the Attorney General been talk, on that video we post, the laws are there, but the justice is what people do, like when they go protest and all the things then where they speak out on. You speak out on it, but also you get for educate the communities and say, this not something we for do. We get for condemn them and they, now we society, now we cultures them, and some of the religions that we feel say it's okay to marry a minor, all these things, needs to be addressed and needs to be discussed, within the homes, and then hold the parent there accountable. Let them know tell the Pekin say, no report the case. If you report the case, this go happen. You make the Pekin afraid. And at the same time, the teachers them therefore be mandated for report any child abuse or rape case where they suspect when the Pekin can at school, as well as the healthcare workers there. It has to be a state mandatory thing for everybody where be say they work with Pekin. If we do that thing and they, I think say a lot will be done with this. We stand in solidarity with the family member and all the victims them where happen to be a rape case or violence or any form of women feeling like they've been abused, they have been treated somewhat. We want to stand in solidarity with them. We want to say hashtag justice for Khadija and all rape victims in Sierra Leone. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Aissatou. Make we count us friend, make we hear waiting and get for it today. Yes, us friend, you get a platform.
Yeah. Hello, people. Thanks very much, and hello to everyone. And thanks to the president for his speech, and everybody who involved for try to help in little way and this here. Despite there are many flaws and many faults in the day, just like the other side again, there are many side way good side in there. But in the first place now, the area for the religion them. The area, I don't know really, from what we just observe, because there are suggestions that they don't give the churches and the mosques. And if you look at the church, even though the church and the vehicle is almost similar, but it depends the type of transportation. Because now almost a place where it's not well ventilated. Because even here in Friday, where you want on board the bus, they say now mandatory. Even though actually the bus driver they not get right for police you actually. They can ignore. But the law is there that if the police is in the presence in that bus, you get the power for enforce the law. But here in 19, they get beaucoup ways for enforce the law, and people then can adhere, even though they can go beyond the way police then can act. But then on one side. But what they try to see here, they put the environment in terms of the mosque, the church, and other places. But again, when they don't say all man for wear mask inside the vehicle, all right, that's fine. Okay, if everybody wear mask inside the vehicle, if any, because not all the normal air where people actually they breathe, now you bring about this mask. But now because of the tendency when you near the person, we get this virus, whether it talk at a very high pitch, sometimes you get saliva, you end up with spit out, because of like you see out, that 2 meter, it will drop, so they come on you. All right. Then if you person cough or sneeze, we get the virus, it will transmit them. So now for that, then they say use the mask. Let it not go to the person, or you get them, you not get the person. That's how it will minimize them. It will be 100%, because let's say if you not be 100%, like people then will scratch their nose until you pull the mask, until end up for church on surface, when I metal like the vehicle, what a person until they not can wash their hand it. Before then they reach now is side to side for wash hand, and you know can get sanitizer on your hand. So the only thing to say you don't church, you don't mistakenly scratch in eye or in face, or something. So man can use in hand, like then hand with the rest in hand. So but the areas then where they go catch then good day, but it's limited that if everybody comply, then wash their hand and get hand sanitizer. Then if vehicle they move, sometimes most of them they can get windows and the breeze they blow. Okay. But like inside the mosque there now, if I come to the mosque and church, you will find out saying that mostly then they really ram, then they full up, especially churches the more. And also know the capacity of mosque. I know say more on the Fridays, where they get in Juma prayers, or during fast month, or the month of Ramadan. Okay, but the churches then they for sure then they full up most of the time on Sundays and other days. So you will see say the likelihood, let's say that if the transmission they go on, it go day in that enclosed environment, the likelihood for let it go transmit because of a normal hall. The air, so they know the flow the way it's overflow for prevent the virus for spread. So sometimes most likely, something like that area they try for look based on the areas that where they don't give them. Then are just a suggestion. Where they don't give them, say them for comply, then for able to wash the hand first, before even the whole ablution, then for able for make sure say the containers they play with the changing containers, they have the whole ablution a must. Then they know see some things they confine, then the space is there, and then some other areas where they get forget boundaries, and some other few places the cleaning of the frequent cleaning of every time people around commodity. Okay, then put them van and they wait for them come. Whether they don't count, then feedback for say we able to do that here. Then we can't observe, we can't look because then if we go look the place. Then if this we don't put everything in place before then go say okay, then we'll let them go ahead. That might be the delay for the churches and the mosques. If at all then they think what's me the type of thing, I don't know if not that, or then just they wait forget that committee where they be set for that area they for deal with and they get feedback. Then at the one side of just one mention. Then the other one, when at this district lockdown, of course, we don't open, it's very good because when you look at the transmission, it increase, of course. Despite even when you don't do lockdown, it don't actually go. You don't go, they move about. So they say, well, the best thing with other countries and now on the other side, within the ease their own lockdown restrictions, it cause sometimes a wave like Germany, other places, but then they look at the good more than the way so then go see, well, let's say follow because of economic reasons. But when it comes to the flights, then they don't actually put guidelines with the International Civil Aviation. what they call IETA. They will actually list down a lot of things together with the guidance of any WHO. So I only hope, say, then we know, say, now this, then get for embark first, for let them be able to get them clients, them, or them people who they board the air, the flight for passengers, then they were able to get a safe travel and get a safe experience. Wearing this, then they wear mask mandatory, then they get clean, disinfecting the very clean frequently. Then people are not the overload. Then they really mark them like Nayara, then boss them. Then they put one chair, they put the tape, they sit down, you get the next one. They make sure they measure that beside them. So side and they put tape all side, nobody will go. The tape they hold near the driver, they sit them, nobody will sit down, they just in case of anything. So that's how they own. Now so I feel say then they try for do with the air aviation. But he left now, we were then at the ground. Because the aviation will do in. But the only thing about the question, we might not be able to have frequent flights, maybe because of the frequency of people in fly one. If they can say now 50 people or 100 people in per one Airbus, okay, this Airbus, for now 150, if they get for cut the space, they will come down maybe, let's say, to 50 based on the spacing. The other seats are not occupied. So if that 50 will don't cut down, people are not even for full up them based on the frequency of people in fly one. So it means they get for do 2 times the journey. So it go based on waiting they will get for see if that will cover their own cost. Then at the flight them will get because we not get your passionate one as alone. So that now the other area we then get for consider if we get for open, we get for negotiate fine. So I only hope say the flight people will can begin to say, well, they reimburse me because of this. Because if you ask them, boss them and go 1 time, they therefore make them go 2 time a bit further. So that the passenger, they wait on what if bus don't pull up, they go inside. You have to wait for the next one. So now similar one, the flight they get for take. So but the one when at the ground, when at Saloni on part, waiting away on part. When he say they're able for test people at the airport or do other things there, well the measures the way we say none are the best one, another rapid test. But I don't know if they get for install, I will find out that they install one rapid test. Because it's actually on the arrangement. Where you see then they make more so another one they end so where they say blind man say the knock you stick, you get her. Now because of the rapid test, which is gonna be available very soon, and Sierra Leone actually have about 17 of the equipment. But again, on the sad part of it, some of the knockover guys they don't even know because they see the brigadier, they see I have to go talk to the lab man and for no. But all what they talk then they are 3 weeks ago, now be mean. But there are actually negotiation. If you look at the math of the negotiation, what they did and do, I'll just do for few mathematics. We get a population of about 7 million people in 7.5. The things that when they talk about, so we can begin to do that community test rapidly. It costs one equipment, one of the cartridge, now $20. But the $20, and then they can negotiate with the other people that don't kind of own leprosy with another organization. So if you say 70 million by 20, they give you $140 million. So if you times them by 2, just in case something happens, you talk of $280 million. But then they try to knock the price down. If they knock them down, let's say to $10, then they get $70 million for just 7 million of the cartridges. But they're not going to just buy 7 million. They might have to make it like 3 times of that amount. So I believe, say, the negotiation, they go on. So now they try for commit. Because one, the PCR would then get with the normal stage where they go, it take 6 hours, the list now 4 hours. They cannot do all the community. That's not one thing. The only way they will do the community now the 45 minutes, 30 minutes, or now this other thing, or now actually the PCR, but now different cartridges and different machines that they use. But the question behind it, are they going to have effective electricity? Because this is different from the PCR. It's different from the PCR. Now it get a lot of things that outside they broke, inside the thing they reach a stage, if the lights go off, that cartridge and that test all don't go. But I believe, say, this is what they are trying to say, then they go into the community and do rapid tests. Then when it comes to the face mask, what people know they cooperate. some of the people they get what they say claustrophobia. Well, I'll not be mentioned. Then there are people that get claustrophobia. They're naturally and very stubborn. They're not going to use. Even right now, even our people say they see that. Even them bus driver, they see they say, me, I'm not wearing. Some people they feel very claustrophobic. But those are the people that get for try talk to. If they identify them, I've been talking to them, I did to them. Then I identify them, try ask why they wear them. Then they talk to them because some then they wear them. Ask them why want to wear them. So then they give the answer only because I get asthma, I get this. But they want to tell you say are claustrophobic. Because if some people who get asthma, if this content we say, well, let's see medical report, even in our privacy, really. But as they say, we approve no good day because of information we know day for let them go show. So that then thing that my belief say that if we are only able no more for able install one of these machines at airport, that then will confirm to we say anybody will come, then go test them, then take a temperature, that's not one thing. But temperature at this stage where the thing don't begin, it not look effective. It good, it work for many people. But when you look at the percentage, there are people who are asymptomatic. When they are symptomatic, and then they carry them, work out them up and also, when they come up from state to state. So that those are the most fearful ones because then they create a one cluster, they move them in a kind of an envelope. When you go open out to a community within a certain time and within a certain space. So it give problem now to those who are epidemiologists for let them be able to track. The only good thing we can get for add up to right again, let them encourage and pay those field workers. So if they have to be doing track and trace in the community, let them do them in a kind of cluster way where then they suspect there are clusters, we go do it. Or if one for do a nationwide, load it begin in clusters and try to go alongside. But in terms of capacity of testing, that's why they are not going to deny them. The only areas where there are flaws where we don't know now how we are they equipping transportation of patients, looking after their welfare, their social life, psychosocial counseling. Those were the areas where they lack, and they lack them big up to now. They just try for add up. You see, just try for add up. But in terms of testing, it's good. Now that only help them at salon. That testing equipment what they're able to do, and few other strategies they would introduce. But it's up to the citizens and back for comply. Because some areas you get for things, say, me this year, for myself now, government no get for can't tell me again. If I know this, let me take them up. Then the government are left give the then work. So then go, they just put more now on government, say, una do this, una do this. But themselves, they blame the people, because some people and they refuse, then the people and they blame them. So it becomes a tug of war. But there are issues you as an onlooker who they sit down and look and observe, you know, say problem day in disbursing finance, problem day in terms of in terms of that rapid flow of income. But when you look, this is what they call the language of politician. That are the modern language of politician. Now, don't talk so. And the Minister of Health, when they tell you about the times two of the tests that they don't do, is just the language of modern politician. You see, the one they do a lab, so then they give so. The only thing that they confuse with, whether they done well, whether they done this, so they will separate these two numbers. But the physical test, and then they give so. But in the language, in the talk, the minister, like the language of modern politicians, it entails a lot. One not go talk too much in terms of letting go, themselves go able to get, something. But that's what the language of politicians are doing. But to cut it short, now let the people learn and then just get for cooperate. Then get for know, they're not get for look to the politician and if they understand the politicians the game, then go try for do their own side. Well, if they do their own side, it will work for them. Then they left get the politician. Well, then left and get the politician no more. The only children they boost for, they get test there, they get placed there, then they go keep una. That's all. How they live there now, well, it's up to hiccuping. It come half and half. So that's the area where they lack. So I left them for now, and I hope then they will get for Yeri, then we Yeri and take it up and then carry on. Thank you very much for giving the platform.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Usman. Thank you, sir. Yes, caller, ID live on air. Your name and who call from, please.
Patricia from Buffalo, New York.
Yes, Patricia, you get the platform.
Yeah, I don't come listen. Yesterday I know able to follow the news or I fall asleep because of the work. And I'm happy voting the president say then inside again, it look how somehow scary for me for Sierra Leone. Because as this whole country have been on to follow the news and until they get the people they know they follow news, because even when they listen to the camera itself, when they go out for interview, the people then some they don't get the marks at the face, when they ask them, they say, oh, don't forget Anna O's. So man will say, oh, I've been getting this, no, this don't happen. Then don't open world, then I ask so where they some side and they like then Texas, Florida, where they open the so no more. We know how the way don't go up now na the side and they. Then I don't know Sierra Leone if then we able for. I don't want for Moko dinner that we are all kind of news against say, oh, we don't run partner Sierra Leone because people they know they follow the rules and regulations of Sierra Leone. That's not one concern we'll get. Then I think when I've been talk about them, people them back where then they rape them picking them. Like one, I get one case right now when I Sierra Leone, my niece, na teacher, na raper. After school say, he tell the picking say, can me book gonna me house. Where can we follow her? Now they go raper. The picking go report. I think that case then the mommy then I get the case they on where this COVID thing can then just I don't know what thing they go on now because the people then say 30 days they not call them it. Then they're very pathetic na Sierra Leone. But again, that COVID thing, all what in the government talk so. Sierra Leone get for follow that. You know, get for be scary in Sierra Leone. Where they get for open all the other borders them from other country them from made them they go up and down. Then Sierra Leone from district to district. I think say them for them they do a small. Made them see people then they obey the rules and regulations. So as that they go behave now, so they go open up things. But if government don't they take things so. Then they take out any other news where go be sad to we. That's not my own question where I get. So I take and say it good, then it bad again na the other side because that's what they see. The car they talk so today with every I don't do my own test back today. But when they not put things in place, then they go open and so. Trouble no go kind of salon. Because like New York, so every week once you do a healthcare, then they test people there all the time, and still they go up now America now. Then people they know they follow the news from also, but they go up now some side. Then salon when they follow rules and regulations, they can't open things so how salon there for days, and that's not me on the name of the whole thing. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Patricia. Thank you. Yes, caller ID live on here. Your name and who side you call from?
It's not Mike. I call from Philadelphia.
Yes, Mike, you get the platform.
Yeah, I'll ask you one question. Now, any test kit they don't come now? You heard about any test kit don't come?
You know, say we get test kits then at the lab. If not in abundance, then they I don't know. But we get test kits because we conduct tests every day.
You see, what you think? Say it good when they open up because it look like saying they wait for the vaccine because the vaccine will come no time soon. I hope so. If they open up and the thing spread out, they wait for the vaccine. Where the vaccine can let them test the vaccine just the same way then they test this Madagascar remedy when they don't want to use. I hope so they do that and they don't go just go use the vaccine on the people there with no testing on the vaccine. The other thing I want to talk was this. I think that the test kit therefore don't they in place first. So before you open up, you know, because the economy already bad. You're not gonna get no worse than it already is. You know, if we don't get the test kit first, that way any movement they will just do more testing they go on. But now if they can't open up, we don't know if you get any testing, you know. And right now, they just say testing, they don't do enough testing, it can't open up. Now, this thing, it can't spread all over, man. It can't spread all over. You know, I hope so they're ready for that, because, you know, it can't get worse, you know. It can't destroy Salon now, for real.
No, make it not destroy, because the president have tell we say, we therefore expect a surge, we then open, but however, make people adhere, and I make you don't say NACOVAC for do all the restrictions, them for put in place, but however, in self-accept, we therefore expect surge in the numbers.
But NACOVAC is not doing a good job, though. They know they do a good job. You know what I mean? They do a good job. We get ambulance there. Ambulance there. No, we're not getting enough ambulance there. Ambulance there all day. The other day, I read the vice president, they give a statement. I don't know if it's born to be there. Say they don't buy ambulance there. Where the ambulance there? Where the ambulance there? Ambulance there all day. How they gonna move people around? You know? No, they're not ready yet. They're not ready for doing anything yet. You know, I'm glad the president they talk Creole now, but they're not ready yet. They're not ready yet, man. They just good talk now, sweet talk they talk, but they waste people their time, man. I mean, your contribution. I don't know.
Thank you very much, Mike. Thank you, sir. Yes, caller ID live on air. Your name and who side you call from?
Yeah, this is Patrick.
Yes, Patrick, you get the platform. What's your contribution?
I mean, listening the president's speech in press release where make listen to all the questions. It makes some good 1 or 2 points there were very, very important for the people of Sierra Leone. You know, and all this fight towards this COVID, now the people, we the people in Sierra Leone, they left for the abide to the law then, because government now they put in the other people that they do different things. Like you make an example on the rape case. Say that they for provide the law, the legal law, where for protect the kinder and all that. But the parents themselves now they left for do extra more because they're not going to the police anybody in the house, they kind of house they this. But it makes the same thing. Where I say that they open the restriction, which is good for the economy, which is good for the movement of the people, that at least people that are able to move around from one city, one town to another, which is good. For the expectation of the rise, even America, some cities where they open, we see the thing that go high, but they're able to make now, even now, so the test that they now, is able to go to CBS, you make an appointment or you call na CBS pharmacy, Walmart pharmacy, they do tests for you there for free. You know, so all they make them places that they so the test that they all side now, most states like Leone State, they go to drive-through test there, you go CBS, Walmart pharmacy, they do tests. So if they open that now, the test that they left for provide more. Now one of the logistics that they left for make the test accessible for people there. Now each district. So I like the other side where NACOVAC say, although they don't open, but the transportation there, will not say Salon people that just load the side bus. They not their record of no passenger. Even when they take Greyhound bus, they must get your record, your name, and why you said no. Then you could just get your name and telephone number. Then I want key thing that day, where they go to the already said where they go to any side, the driver forget every person name, the telephone number. Then they let all buy copy book or something. You said they go to write the passenger their name there. So when they reach my 38 checkpoint, they go over there till the day the right authority there, where they do. So if anything, they're able to trace their people, which is very good. Now, one of the main things, but the way they just talk up, we don't know if it will happen, Salon, because we don't see most of the things that where this government is doing, just talk normal, we don't see the implementation. That's not our problem. They talk about, but we don't see the implementation. If they're able to implement that side, you're able to fix this corona issue we have, because one, if they don't get everybody name, your telephone number before they go inside the bus, we not say inside the city go hard. You know, like they look at transport them. But when they come up from Freetown to Mechanic or North Kennemabo, at least they get all done about 2-3 hours journey there that day. You don't get all the information that they don't pass it to the right people. They say if anything go now, new cases come na Kono or it come up na Kenema or Bo, they will say, okay, how many people that travel go this day? When are these they will be able to do the contact tracing them. So the president did good thing for the coffee other side, maybe the expensive for push up to 12 o'clock, but 11 is not bad too, because some other business and a salon, now more on a net back than sell. So business and a salon, now we open a net, like the one already selling fast food, because some but who get a lot of batches on the other way, not the EV, the cook when they depend on them fast food and a net there or that thing there. But 11 o'clock is not bad. That is that they say that they will be able to, at times they go let it see the situation, they will be able to extend that or bring that back. All depends on the situation, So they left for the more they educate people there, but that test kit side, they left for make it more available. Because not to for open numbers, they make it more available. They're going to, some people that go for test because the test there look for the day, not to 100, 200, per hour where this thing don't begin. Not to, the total not to about 10,000 say test they don't do. Over how many million people that will get in that country today? Over 10,000, it's too small. Therefore try for improve the test kit side more available for all districts. More accessible. Each hospital, even if it's most reliable pharmacy, the way that big pharmacy, the way they are, they will build small test kits there. That will make people that not go to people that will be able to go for tests. They will be able to get their database today. They'll be able to keep track on the. But wherever idea is present, to me, 1,000,000%, I will get an A. Not to A plus because some of the things that they. Now all for let the implementer. We don't see now this program people that they talk to the camera, people that go they know the web maps, they say they will find it, they will cost it. But the people that back, too stubborn. Some man, as the president said, people that too stubborn for when they tell us this now for we are they left for the sensitized people that more and more they're not for relax. They educate people that more and more about everything. The last point I mentioned is now the border, opening of the border. As you say, they coordinate with the Minor River Union, that is very important. But whether they open the border too, even if it's possible, they forget test kits, now them border them back. If it's possible, then they put, the border, then we get with major border entry point there. Then they put them major one, put some test kits that we the guy side, if they're able to test you, they test you or they check your temperature, all that thing, and they don't know where they enter, they don't get your record, they don't get the airport, they're able to do that. They're able to, but the border, they're more back there for focus on. Because the airport, they don't know how many people any flight where they can, the flight already, they don't already know how many people they land, how many passengers, but the airport, the land, they left for focus on that back. And that will help we fight this COVID-19. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Patrick. Thank you.
You're right.
Yes, call ID live on here. Your name and where you call from?
Yeah, it's Musa. Musa, I need a call from Ireland.
Yes, Musa, what's your contribution today?
Okay, thank you very much. First of all, I go and send my condolences to the small angel with that selfish person kill for your selfishness, we can call Kadia. So I was telling my condolences to the family. For me, God rest in peace. And secondly, to the government side, really, it's totally nonsense, I'm telling you. This government, before the COVID came to Salon, they say they don't put everything in place. They say everything in place. But the thing can come out, say nothing not been in place. So I know that everybody gets right for your opinion. But in your opinion about this government, especially like Salon, everything with this government, they say all things. There's nothing different with the past government wouldn't get Ebola the way they treat people then. And the same thing this other government seems to be the same thing. So there's nothing different. You see, so yes, of course, when they easy the restriction, of course they're supposed to do that because, to be honest with you, people in the suffer in that country. We all know, see, salons of people they pass, they go every day out for their daily wear. Understand? So people put on the place for say, oh, it don't easy, so early, salon, make them no Russia. Look where you they live. You just look at the people then who say salon. Because salon really look about the poorest index. Salon is one of the bottom inside. So people, if you say this on a Western world, understand? People wouldn't get benefits for social welfare for other things. Even now, we don't ease the restriction. People are going to put them in the rush for go out because people don't tire. We can't say in Africa. So people don't get for look to that. The government is supposed, that is matter of most. For that, for them ease that restriction is good. The people in the suffer. Because for that, the restriction will not make from the district to district, will not be the travel, will not get way for take their goods, their market, for can sell, for enable feeding people, it don't affect people big time. So these people there with the talk say, for say they don't put everything in place, and then still go there to monitor whatever they are doing. Me, I not buy their talk. This government, especially this government for this COVID-19 we come, they not do nothing for the people there. All that donors we put in the give to the government, the World Bank, the International Monetary Fund, all these people, they help the government for to let them help the people there. The other country we see them, who they help the people there. For rice, for other things, for transportation, for other things. But Salon, none of that. None of that. So now people then they on their own for this how many months, for 3 months, people then don't suffer in that country. So at least we don't do the same for the east some restriction. That's a matter of most. There's no complaint about that. Nobody will complain about that because if the COVID not kill people then, the angry will kill people then. So the angry people then get for look to. Don't forget about if the COVID and this that because this thing therefore they would be for as far as it going even more than 1-2 years unless we get the vaccine. So boss could just say no more for say this because we don't see even a Western Ireland till COVID they don't open, they don't restrict some easy some restrictions. So Africa was supposed to do that because we can't even compare Africa to Western. We don't even the suffer so self. Which I would do. I not can say Africa. The way I don't talk and so. So that is good. The only thing no more like what you could say like let them just put things in place because people are suffering in that country. So the government will say people don't go listen to that. What do you mean people don't listen to the government because of they say charity start at home. The government win at the head. They know they do. They know they buy the law. So what about the people? Why they honor the people then? So people are not begin blame people then for salon people they stubborn, they listening to government because they see. Even then they say how the government, the minister and they go at the beach and they go kill, and they go and buy and they go kill. People they see that. People are not stupid. So you either head, you tell people they say do this. You know you do that. And they see you go kill, you do other things then. What if people don't go do? People not going to listen to you. You know, they are not they get put in place. So at least don't forget about this government, especially Salon, the whole Africa. The government is rubbish. They are not doing nothing for the people, especially Salon. They know they are for the people. They're only there for their people. Even this COVID will come, they're really happy with it. Only for them to reach themselves, not for the people there. Only for the people there. Nothing for the people there. So only people will begin to talk about the government, whatever is doing is totally nonsense. They are not doing nothing. Understand? So that easy restriction we don't see and don't easier is good because if COVID not get people there, the angry will get people there. So that is my own message to the people. The only thing I go tell the people them be wise. So I don't people know wise. The next coming election, these two parties, this APC, SLPP, they don't rubbish that country there. They don't like that country there. They always destroy the country. So nothing for the people there. People them wise, not to put this tribal line aside. We, all the election they come, look. not to the policy, which are the policy in government. Because most of the people say when they vote for tribal line, they think they suffer. Don't look for the policy, the competent policy, the policy we get is alone had, the policy we get the country had, we put down the who they can for can help because the purpose of government now for can change people their life, not for can destroy people their life, can destroy everything of the country. That's not the government. That you don't call that as the government. So now that the military Salon people don't forget about this tribal line. For that Salon is 59 years, we're going to 60 years, will be the same last index of the world, which is we're not supposed to be like that. A small country like that is rich of mineral, rich of everything. You see the baby, but Salon still people are suffering. Anytime you see Salon, how people you had the bleed for the people there, for people that win the suffer. So we're not supposed to be like this kind again. So that's my message to people.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, caller, are live on your name and who the call from?
Yeah, my name is Adam. I call from Ohio.
Yes, Adam, you get a platform.
Yeah, me, I just want to make a contribution to what the last whose friend say, where said Sierra Leoneans say make think about the leaders that they say that much, just like when you say that we try for men and do them best, keep themselves together, because at the end of the day, if you become a victim, they care you go, they don't even care. As where you go, the way they go happen to you, all them care, but you did an isolation place, and the president said today, he say COVID, not to say for bluff, not me say they can go in a fancy place. So that don't make a clear picture, which was like, make sense, because if somebody's sick and they're not in a convenient place, now another problem. But if anybody listen, for able for you for advise yourself, if you know say you not get important place for go, no gonna do. Sit down at salon of people like say salon all man are one great time then get go work in the morning, can't even say another like other places the way say we get different schedule. So if you know say you not get nothing for do, stay at your house and for keep yourself and your family. So me just the advice that they listen to that day for the young good, and this rape thing they really need for take care of them, and me to students them no in no account students for go to any teacher after school don't do, because wow mommy they see I'm just now, so they really need for put about that day, because when they talk about the teachers there, teacher tell you say go na host nobody. So but since we emphasize on what the president said today, the Sierra Leone and the police just go for do that, and if you not get important place for go beer. COVID they don't judge now by God in power, because before to now we thank God. So let people are just patient and they one place. So that is my contribution to AAA.
Thank you very much, Adama. Thank you. Yes, caller, ID live on your name and who the call from?
Yes, I call from US. Yeah, good evening, AAA.
Yeah, you get the platform.
Okay, thank you. I listen to the president's speech. I agree with the president. I'm glad he wouldn't ease the restriction there. Because just like TV, they say, there was no restriction. The restriction, the only day for them where they afford for pay the expensive price, and then we pop. So it's good, because when you look at the drivers, then a passenger not to put in the drive. So you can imagine over 3 months you get some drivers, then they get picking and get house rent for pay. And even this money with them give, and officer them even consider those drivers that lost their job because of the lockdown. And also, I know the most people don't agree with me, but me, I believe in self-responsibility. And I'm so glad it's the way the president being blunt alone. People are here for take responsibility. If you say because the president not put mask, and in fact, it really show example, they always wear a mask. You know, it matter. If you get infected, then they go put you in the quarantine center where now you get for them go for abuse you and all, you know, get means. If any of those people who talk for imitate them, they get infected, they're gonna be self-isolated. They're not even get for struggle. When you test positive, because they know so you're responsible,
Nobody they go for this for isolation. The only person who they can hospital in America, except if you are sick. But if you are not sick, your doctor will just say for say, monitor yourself. If you see signs and symptoms, call 111. That's it. That will be stop you for go work. Then this is where you must. So I really glad for when it is the lockdown. And also about the rate yesterday, you so emotional because of what I still back and they bring them back to with the family. Government don't feel it, but that's what the government get for suffer. That this between do this thing to so all those in family. For but you get forget you lost. If follow for not let this concept of everything, government, and let's say if you go inside with somebody when not select now, oh papa government can't help you. We don't accept say the government don't feel you. I know the molest the government, but really suffer. But still we have to take responsibility. So as they will not try to take responsibility. If you get to picking a host, man and woman, or I don't both picking. At least it starts from you in the house. And most of them sexual abuse that takes place, it happens in the home. So we are the parents. Like one question where the gender minister asked today, I know they have, but I support her. If them speak with her, where are the parents? All this disgruntled to youth, where are the parents? We get for the start for ask yourself then question back in our salon. What's in America that the greatest country, not like Europe, because America don't give you so much free government. America, everything, you work for what you are. You cut your coat according to your shape. If you feel safe, fit or not fit for you, go watch the Passalon because go mile 47 as long as you are living. But this concept about even wearing masks, like this one self don't go give you masks, then people and they refuse for wear masks for no reason. You know, we expect police to go arrest 98% of the population are non-compliant, and I'm so glad we don't even attempt because we didn't attempt to get into trouble for us then. So people just go for adhere, and I think the other die, other really well because you know these alliance they're not willing for accept the same. Thank you so much. I'm glad you were there complete the restriction. A lot of people that offer they don't suffer and they get in need. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much, caller. Thank you. Yes, caller, you're live on air. Your name and where you call from?
Triple A, good morning. How are you? Concerned from Sierra Leone, from Australia.
You get the platform, sir.
One for tell the president, thank you for come out and speak to the public. When you look at the whole situation in Sierra Leone, the argument, everybody they put in your argument gets a valid point. Looking about the people and they look at the health concern of the Sierra Leoneans. They look at the underlying factors, again, looking at the difficulties which Sierra Leoneans they go through and the restrictions, you know. So the president, I believe, in your wisdom and also the idea to people and call, find a balance. And I believe, say, all waiting the government need for do now is, especially with the travel restrictions where they don't lift, therefore engage with the drivers' union. And therefore get a team way for educate the drivers then as to how themselves will help for enforce people who they can inside a vehicle for transport them from one point to another for the wear mask. And where the health workers then need for car now for educate the drivers, when you dey inside a vehicle, more especially Sierra Leonean vehicles, the way most time the glass they not can even function for come up. When motorcar dey in a high speed, when somebody cough inside a motorcar, if you not use mask, or the people loaded inside the motorcar also not use mask, the rate at which they discharge from the mouth, they fly into the air. They fly in a very high acceleration because of the speed of the car. So it is final say if somebody gets COVID-19 in a car, when not they use mask, or the people in safe way they transport, may they use masks, where the motorcar they run at that high speed, somebody cough or sneeze, where you not get mask in face, you go look at the rate of infection within that vehicle, they increase because the people are confined into one space. So that's not a concern we may get. So the public health sector in Sierra Leone therefore do more engage with the drivers' union, if not seminars them, make them give them seminars, give them class, give them video of when somebody sneezes, looking at the spectrums, then when they come out the liquid, when they come out, the fluid, they come out, and they put in mouth. How it's dangerous, more especially when it is inside a vehicle, where the vehicle they accelerate at a very high speed. the world don't come into a grip, say the COVID-19, I believe, say now a disease will not get for be eradicated easily. Because when it don't become a pandemic, the chances for make all over the world the disease disappear simultaneously a very, 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 very zero. In fact, it is impossible. For me, once the whole world gets a zero case of a situation that become a pandemic. So public health education is key in this kind of situation. And the world, I believe, say every country now they come to the grip of some say COVID, we get for Twitter like HIV, we get for accommodate them, we get for find ways no more for maneuver for reduce the rate of infection. And thank God, everyday studies they come with how the thing people they understand the pattern of transmission and how actually the virus they behave in the body. At first, a lot of the experts they may say the COVID only they attack the lungs. Now they find out that the virus not only they attack the lungs, but they make the blood for clot. And when the blood clots now the human system, they find out that the flow of blood into various organs, the vital organs in the body, they become reduced. So at this point in time, we don't find out not only the lungs, the virus they affect the kidney, the motor man in brain, all the vital organs the way blood they reach. So at the end of the day, they don't find out say coagulant medication as like aspirin, they help to reduce the flow of blood where they circulate oxygen to the various parts of the body. So in this stage, as they stop, we need to congratulate with African doctors then. Whatever means we've got desire for technically they use for treat COVID-19 patients in Africa, I believe say at this stage in time, we know for the cry down, we serve too much. If you look at the world, the amount of people we don't die in other continents, you need to compare to Africa. So at this point, we praise with healthcare workers then for the interventions, the way then they do, where they work for with people across the African continent. This is now a time as Africans we'll be proud of we doctors them or we nurses them of the work where they do. At this stage, I want to tell you thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you, sir. You're there live on air. Your name and where you call from?
Oh, my name is Ashley. I'm call from Tennessee. The contribution today, the president, whatever he says, he is the leader. Always to tell him thank you. And the step they take today is very important. Why I say so? The opening of the roads and let people then go to travel is very important. At the same time, let them take the precaution where the government put in place. But then think they are I think the way supposed for take place from the beginning. Because this COVID-19 make people, they don't tire, they don't fed up. Even most of the people, and they compare myself now with the people who they are. Never, I'm not going to ever do them because you're not going to ever be the same. The way of leading, the way of ruling, the way of controlling, the way of commanding will never be the same. As soon as the continent is not the same, the country is not the same, the people are not the same, it's not going to be the same. When people say even this and that, it's not the same. Long people don't get the interest of people and stop for what they compare with self and over the way people say they compare a rat and an elephant. We just pray for our country. And we pray for this pandemic for not to enter our country. No way. I come to different, even the neighboring country where they close to. It take place there. Guinea and where the thing come, he lock the place. One time he lock the city, one time not the city. What he say? The first night, if you know where I'm at 10,000 franc Guinea. If you go, somebody can forget them. They can forget at the beginning when you don't put that law, somebody can forget. I say, I talk to my friend. Okay. If you don't put that law there. So anytime when something begin our country, let it hit the iron, the time with the iron warm. So you go ship them to any style way you want them to. But if you wait the iron don't cool for make you straight them down, it go take your time. Not because you did before somebody, now you they give you time when you want for let this happen. Now you go give the option how it for happen. Now you for control, how it for they tell well to the people there, but they no get no option, they no get no other thing for say, then just say listen, I will not get something for say. There are no ruling in other country ruling. They so quite different. We are proud of Sierra Leoneans. I'm proud of them. When I travel, I see the way of approaching, the way of the lifestyle. I'm proud of my country, 100%. The people and then they cooperate, but the people that went there before we, they take the power, now they put them now dead, then we neck them, they broke, but we know they talk. When they say, go to the sweat, where you get here, you know, go no say the sweat. The power is too heavy by the population. It's too heavy by the population. Where the population, they're not going to shake. They're not going to shake. The way of ruling in Sierra Leone is quite different if you travel, you go to the close country. Because they not get that relationship with people and for say, if this happens, so no belly. What did they go say, this I get for you, and I saw I get for you, and anybody will not do so, not so you get for B. You know, as soon as that law they don't pass, you individual, you the ordinary person, you know go get voice. Because the next person is and see that's why they don't say no can say now. If you don't say no can be no. Now the long politician there find another way how to rule the people then. People then they die. The power too heavy by individuals. What we say the next person they may don't pass me one and you don't put your foot on top of something. And the one way pass, it come on to you will pass them. We have it to the poor person, to the common person. Like what that man talk. What do me think is APC, SLPP? Would I you people that be doing the panel politics for 60 years, bill house for you? Then two parties they are for excuse one day. And let everybody take a pen and paper and write this day. That's all my contribution today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Safi. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. The last time we were there, where we talk about, say, if you get COVID-19 positive, na salon you're on your own. When Vicky Romo say, if you don't want all anything the way it be outline, we'll talk about. If you don't want let it happen to you, the best thing for do, now for stay off, guard yourself. Make sure, say, you not get COVID-19 positive. Now the president don't tell you today. Say, everybody get in your part for play. He as a president, he get for safeguarding himself. You as a person, you get for safeguard yourself. So that you not go come in contact with the virus. Yes, you can do everything where they say for do you still come in contact with them, but at least you don't try. You don't try. Eh? But for the one way, they even try for. What they try for? How you want make this COVID-19 done? That's why the other time, the NACOVAC daily update, I tell them, I say, right now the stage we're on, people are in denial. Not of say people don't know say ideo, but the free talk na in boku. The free talk na in just boku. If you think say you want question what they say, go na Facebook, go look say today on safe. Today on COVID-19 status update where we put. Go look the comments then. People then just a free fling free comments there. They didn't try what they done, then go put onto zero. They don't make the money. What they don't do, then go do this. They don't do that, then go do that. Then people are not even, it's like people that reach to that stage, they don't even follow again. Like before, as you come online where you say, yes, COVID-19 updates, a lot of people, they come, they want to know what they go on, and this and that, but right now, if person can, maybe a few people them, they go really want to know waiting na the reason, or waiting at the numbers for the day, but the one they will go day boku, and for just the free talk. But if you left the free talk, you go get ya. Now they tell you understand. So we all get to a part for play. We all get to a part for play. For safeguard yourself first. Just like I can say now, then they can open. Inter-district, people and they can begin go up and down. The president have don't talk and surge get for day. The numbers then get for can go up. But we need for guard we safe. We need for protect we safe. Because right now, people and they will go don't think and say, who not talker? Man, this thing no di. Now lie them with a lie. You know di. You know, they will lock to the door opener. And the door opener. And so then go they talk. Even though he do, the president say there is the restriction for waiting for lives and livelihood. The livelihood of people and also the economy for make the economy move go before. We can see. Then people will be there up country. Will be there at the provinces, will be they send them markets then canton. Will not be able for canton. We go to Calabar Town Market. I don't know if you will get opportunity for talk to the camera. One of the woman them, the market woman them say, the drivers them, that they can charge them. So, let we say now, restriction, don't ease a little. The one the way they up, then get for canton. Would money not be rich? Would money na driver be olam? If they talk like say, oh, then people they not give or then get for give. The case we get for guns you don't know. That one they look and in a corner. I see I don't they pile like dirty close bundle. Because we know our people. We know them. But waiting at the try for say Naya. We all get a responsibility. We all. A lot of people, we don't say, then for lock 14 days, then for lock 7 days, then for lock this. No? They're not lock on unlock, they unlock. But for enforcement, this word, if we are not ready to use it, make we not use the word. Make we not use the word if we're not ready for user. Make we not user. You understand? Enforcing face mask na freeton. Enforcing face mask any side you day, any district you day. Enforcement. It ever happen? It not happen. To date, it not happen. We see yesterday where people in Commerce and they demonstrate. How many people get face mask? How many people get face mask where we am correctly? Because that's another thing where the president talk about. We wear them correctly. How many? Some man get them, but they wear them correctly. Social distance is out of the roof. Salon a place. Salon? But we can't rub much by that one day. Because yesterday, when the young one in come out first, say that they demonstrate, police come, they can arrest. But when the likes of Asma James, Nasu Fofana, and Getabawa, all these other people, when they can't join the protest, arrest no make again. But when the young one, they first they arrest them. Not to hear be the talk say, you have people we go come out for protest. You remember that term for, I think be they say, why be they ponder my thoughts? Why be they say certain people in there, we go come out for protest, nothing will happen. Then, be you the one them first say because they no get permits. But with the other one then come out, where they can't join, why mean they no all the all? But again, when you look at when you talk and go to you talk and come, they say they don't done. The AG don't address this and that and that and that or what not. Now in grab for letting go na they also they say they're going to mostly the one go na parliament. You'll be the watch that live day. You know how you end the end. When the police then come, they begin shove them. AYV no AYV. That's another thing we can make always police the front for give people. When everything done, when I just go. They don't answer unayanda, they don't answer unayanda. You know do? Una see back una na parliament back. And then forget say the bigger legion they no follow there. The one they go make things happen. They no follow they each up there. They know how they get then they. They know. But again, them get for come, we get for lay on a table. Even this property tax, we get for lay back on a table. Because again, wild allegations then they go around against the mayor of Freetown. I hope so we get opportunity for make you watch the town hall meeting. Stream. You get opportunity. So now you are kind of informed on the part side the mayor they come out about this property tax. But we talk and go, we talk and come. It's a low man hard for deal with. What is so? Say, the people no. Now for let talk to them no more. It's a low man. We'll go see Sunday. I think we'll make the camera go waka. Now beach Sunday, let's see how we end up for town. Because the last time, then they go say 7 o'clock and 9 o'clock of the other 7 o'clock, they don't begin telling them for lock them places, then they don't begin ask people them for left the beach. Now they don't give them until 11 o'clock. They don't give them until 11 o'clock. We will go, let the camera go back and see how things unfold. We want the best for Sierra Leone. Most people can call. We know one day we want to go back. I ask a question when we start. I say change start with yourself. When I start, I say change start with yourself. Somebody be comment, he say no, change for start with the politicians then first. So now the politicians then first for change before you change. Change starts with you. When you change, when you take decision based on the proper mindset where you don't get because you don't change, you go know who that you go put today. But you can't choose somebody where don't do that way they all in life. Then you expect and say, I'm for change. When are you chooser? So change starts with yourself, self. Yourself, self. It starts with you. But for make you, they say change, they start from the top. You forget saying that you choose the person where they did. Now, based on your own corrupt mind, I make you choose corrupt person. But if you change your mindset and you want to see the betterment of Sierra Leone, you go choose the right person who share the same mindset with you. So now in that aspect, they say change starts with yourself. But if you say change starts from the top, after you don't choose somebody, now they expect them for change. You get boyfriend, they cheat by you every time. They catch out 4 or 5 women. you still go ahead say, well, I'm married, now I go change. And now one no put on a house it. If I put on a house, you go change. Or your girlfriend, the same thing. The way you put on a house now, if you say go change, too bad. Not at that time. Because at that time, everything don't arrive. Now that time, if you say go change, no, because you don't know how it turn, and you feel say it was good then, you go change later. So please, I will get a proper mindset and make we start the change with ourselves. Then every decision we make, we go make them with an correct mindset. Another thing I don't see, they happen. Now they one day we call themselves night workers. The one that we call themselves night workers. They don't legalize an saloon. They legalize, because the way how I see then the champion for them, I don't get it too. I don't get it. Even SF then the tower. Then the tower say, oh, we say we for common and net and that thing they go way waiting the end up pleasure job and now the coffee that affects we. Is it legal? Yes, then get people who they advocate for them. Even some side way then they talk in high table they mention them, say they self then even by this knacks some money, then they can't say they self then forgive them something. Salon. Instead of creating institution, we go take care of them young ladies there. They say na walk, then they walk. Okay. Salon. Now they go. Now they go. Beaucoup de tinde. Beaucoup de. That's yeah. Is it? I can tell you say, bra, where they go, bo? You're in a salon. Even policeman don't tell me so. I drive for question. I say, bra, go so. Say you're in a salon, you don't know. I just drive up and go. Yeah, we sweet motherland. May God help us. We go there tomorrow. We go there tomorrow for camp and make we can lay another topic on the table. I see Boguman they ask the night workers if not joke. No, I'm not joking. You know they are there. When I don't make a car, I can't begin playing. So 1 or 2 self. When then they grumble. See, themselves, they need for lift the coffee order for them. So now they say, if not joke, this is not joke. It ain't even mainstream media in a salon. And let me can't play clip now. Don't all the conversation go and divert to go there just now. What then they grumble? Hey, this is not joke. We get there, night workers. Okay. The comedy self will go for bull then this year. We'll see and no level thing. We'll go there back tomorrow. Till we meet again. Triple A, tata.